So in this video, I'm going to do another cylindrical shells method. And so the first thing we want to do is we want to graph these. So I use Desmos to do that. And so here's what we get when we graph the two functions in Desmos. They are both parabolas. One of them is an upside down parabola. And the points of intersection are at 0, 0, and 216. So let's just draw a little sketch on our paper that would represent this. So one of them is kind of going up like this, and the other one is kind of going down like this. And so this appears to be the area that we are interested in. And so this point right here is at 2, and this is at 0. The function here is the downward turning parabola, so that would be 24x minus 8x squared, and that function there is 4x squared. So the general form for this is the volume is going to be equal to the integral from a to b of 2 pi x times f of x dx. That's our basic integration problem. So 2 pi are constants. I can bring them out in front. So we're going to have the volume is equal to 2 pi. The bounds of integration are from 0 to 2. Now x, remember, represents the radius. That's the distance. So if I create a little rectangle in here, right, now we are rotating this around the y-axis, so we're rotating it around the y-axis. So remember, in cylindrical shells, the length of the rectangle, the height of the rectangle must be parallel to the axis of rotation. So the axis of rotation is the vertical axis. The long axis, or the length of the rectangle, is vertical. Okay? So the distance from the axis of rotation, which is the y-axis, to the center of any rectangle is the radius, because this is going to be rotated around the y-axis. So the radius is that distance x. Okay, that distance x. This is the radius. The function value would be the height of the rectangle. But we have a catch in this, right? F of x, we have two different functions. So the height of this rectangle is actually the difference between the two rectangles. So we're going to have x, but rather than f of x, we have to take the rectangle that's on top, which is this one, minus the rectangle that is on the bottom, which is this one, kind of like what you did when you were finding the area between two curves. So what we have is 24 x minus 8x squared minus 4x squared. That is in place of this. So it's really the difference between those two functions. So we can simplify that then. So we have the volume is 2 pi times the integral from 0 to 2 of x times, what do we have, 24x minus 12x squared dx. And I didn't put my dx sign over there. And now multiplying through the x, volume is 2 pi, the integral from 0 to 2 of 24x squared minus 12x cubed dx. And so now we are ready to integrate. And I'm sure we can probably do it from here, but I'll just go through and do a couple more steps. So the integral from 0 to 2, 24x cubed divided by 3 is 8x cubed. 12x to the fourth divided by 4 is 3x to the fourth. Oops, I didn't need that in there. Evaluated from 0 to 2. And so the rest of this now is just arithmetic. So 2 pi, we're going to have 8 times 2 cubed minus 3 times 2 to the 4th minus 0. And so 2 cubed is 8 times 8 is 64. 2 to the 4th is 16 times 3 is 48 minus 0. 64 minus 48 is 16 times 2 is 32 pi. So the answer is 32 pi. Hope this helped.